ready.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there? This is Rebel Rock Radio, and I am Steve, and with me is JD. How's it going, JD?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
Doing awesome. You know, for some reason it feels like we skipped a week, but I know we didn't.
You know, this daylight savings time thing has got me all messed up.
Maybe that's what it was. I know we just talked. What did we talk about last week?
We talked about cooking. We talked about.
What was the main topic?
We talked about
Ghostbusters.
Yes, we talked about Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters, yeah.
I was just about to hit it, and you said something.
Yeah. We talked about Ghostbusters. Yeah, but
we talked about Ghostbusters.
For some reason, it just feels like we skipped a week, but I know we didn't. Yeah, daylight savings time. Like what is even the point of that anymore?
It had something to do with World War II. I can't remember what the thing was. Every time we talk about daylight savings time, the first thing that pops in my head is that old joke that they've used to tell, which is only a European man would sew or cut the top of a blanket off, sew it at the bottom, and think he got more blanket.
Yeah, just Ubaldo,
hey buddy.
But yeah, it's pointless. It's not necessary. We don't.
I kind of wish they'd leave it on the summer schedule, but then again, the mornings in the winter would be darker. So I guess leave it on the winter schedule and just leave it alone.
I don't know. Just keep it one time.
Yeah. Well, and I know my home state of Indiana doesn't participate in it anymore. They don't change their clocks anymore because they're so close to the border that they don't have to. So I just wish other states would go, you know what, we're not going to do it anymore. We don't care.
How about we let's start a campaign. Let's end daylight savings time. # end daylight savings time.
Hell yeah. It's just all it does is mess with your sleep schedule and messes you up. Because it's literally normally when we do this show, it's dark out already. And I can look out my window and it's still light outside right now. It's a little ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's still light out here.
Yep. A little on the ridiculous side.
Wow. That's weird. All right. So this week, if you weren't already aware, we are going to be doing a anniversary, not an anniversary for us, an anniversary episode. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be celebrating the 40th anniversary of a movie that came out 40 years ago, Police Academy. And yeah, so that was 40 years ago. So we'll be talking about that. And of course, we'll have some music for you, and we'll have our weekly pick. Well, I think one of us will have some weekly picks.
And the other will have a reveal.
Yeah, another reveal. And then, all the other assorted jibber jabber that we find ourselves a part of. So right now it's just me and you and Ubaldo. So
all the cool people are here.
See you again. What was that?
All the cool people are here.
Of course, all the cool people are here. So I'll tell you what. Why don't we go ahead and jump right into our first music break?
Right on.
And let's see what we can come up with tonight. We got some interesting stuff coming up. First song comes to us from Antwerp, Belgium. And the name of the band is 4I Am. They have an album coming out on April 19th called The Righteous and the Wicked. And that is going to be released via Sabam Records. And I'm pretty sure that I think the song that we're playing is the first single from it. So for our first song, we are playing a song Power Behind the Throne by 4IAM.
Revolution will never fuck your world. We are the people, we're not alone. A better world is always possible. We're the power behind the throne. Every day we are given a reason to rise up and do not be defined by the empire's infinite treason. Stand our ground and leave no one behind. Money's supposed to make the world go round, but all it does is tear us apart. We gotta say that if we make a sound, we're cut deep into our bleeding hearts. This revolution will never fuck the world. We are the people, we're not alone. A better world is always possible. We're the power behind the throne. This revolution, we're not alone. This revolution, we're the power behind the throne. Fighting back is not a better process. It won't happen overnight. We won't accept what this tyrant imposes. Defending peace is still our full pride. Trying to guarantee their own survival. The so-called leaders, they make a mess. So now it's time for the people's revival to take back what's ours, progress. This revolution will never fuck the world. We are the people, we're not alone. A better world is only possible. We're the power behind the throne. This revolution, we're not alone. This revolution, we're the power behind the throne. This revolution, this revolution, we are not alone.
All right. Power Behind the Throne by 4IAM.
I liked their album cover picture.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's actually their album cover picture.
It's an interesting picture.
Actually, let me see if I have a copy of the album cover. I might, because usually they just send these funny promotional images in their PR kits. Okay, I think I think I do have a copy of the album cover. So this is the album cover for The Righteous and the Wicked. It's very interesting looking. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's just a picture for the single. Okay, maybe I don't have a copy of the album cover. Maybe it hasn't been released yet. So, okay, so just for your own personal interest, Power Behind the Throne, which is a song that we just played, that is the first single from the album. And apparently they've already released a second single, and why I did not have a copy of that, I do not know. See, now, I think that there is a copy of the album cover somewhere, because on their website, there's like a very, very tiny picture of it. I'm going to see if I can find it. Come on. Okay, well, that's an interesting looking album cover. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me save it. And we will get to Police Academy, folks. I promise.
We always do.
We always do.
We at least get to the topic.
We do get to the topic, but you just have to
And
bear with my.
I can never. Hey, there's Dragon Buddy.
Oh, hey, Dragon Buddy. Okay, Dragon Buddy, you just missed the first song, man. You missed a good one too. I thought it was pretty good, actually.
Yeah, that was bad.
Okay, so here's the album cover. There it is. It's pretty interesting. I kind of like that. So that one comes out April 19th.
Has like a very nouveau Metallica looking thing going on.
It does kind of look, yeah. The cover does not, in my opinion, accurately represent the style of music.
No.
But that's okay. Because I mean, you should see our album covers. Our album covers are kind of silly, and I mean not really silly. They're just they don't look like something generally a punk band would put out. And they also have nothing to do with the name of the albums. So that's kind of a tradition. Me and the band were actually talking about that. I don't know if that's, I don't even know who Jacoby Shaddix is. You're going to have to enlighten me on that one. See, now I got to look at
Jacoby?
it. Oh,
Jacoby?
Oh, he's a rapper. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. But yeah, here let me pop these pictures up here really quick, just to give you an idea of what our album covers look like. So this is the first album that came out, and it is called Things That Are Not Rocket Science. And we found that picture. The guitar player found that picture somewhere, and
that looks like a gauge and like a engine head.
Could be. I don't know. The album was called Too Old to Dream, and it's just an old photo of a lake
and a sweater underneath or something. Looks like a sweater or something. I don't know.
Well, I think I'm pretty sure that the picture was ripped.
Oh,
yeah. And then the latest album is called Engineers of Mediocrity.
I mean, it's trains. It kind of has something to do with it.
Yeah, somewhat. So yeah, we were actually talking about album titles and album covers.
Album covers reflecting the actual title of the vehicle or of the media.
Yeah, no, the title is going to have nothing to do with the album cover as normal. Okay, so Jacoby Shaddix apparently is the lead singer of Papa Roach, which is something I should know, but I actually don't listen to Papa Roach. So
is it Jacoby or is it Jacoby?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
I think I've actually seen them in concert, because I think they were in concert with. We went to a Shinedown concert, and it was Shinedown, Pretty Reckless, and Papa Roach.
Cool.
And yeah, it was pretty good. They put on a pretty good show.
Cool. All right. Well, we got more music for you coming later. What have you been up to this week?
Sunday was busy. We had another hockey game. Spent some quality time with my daughter. Went to a hockey game and got to see another one of those. Those are coming to a close for the end of this season. So yeah, that was something we did. And we got a little rain last week, so work was a little boring because this thing about electricity and people touching power lines when it's wet out. It's not such a good thing. I mean, it doesn't end well. So. So I actually bought me a for my day, or I borrowed it from a friend, and he doesn't want it anymore, so I think I'm going to buy it off of him. But I bought me one of those backbones for your phone that turns your phone. It wraps around your phone and turns your phone into control, like kind of like a Nintendo Switch
Oh,
kind of thing.
okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen those.
So yeah, but a bunch of buddies of mine at work, they whenever they have time off, they like to, or when we have inclement weather days is what we call them, when it's raining outside or snowing outside and we can't go play with the power lines. So if we get our trucks cleaned and that kind of stuff, we have a lot of downtime. So I found me one of those, and I think I'm going to buy it off of him. And it's we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty online during the day.
Dragon Bloody plays Call of Duty.
Yeah, mobile Call of Duty mobile version on your phone.
I don't think he plays mobile. I think he plays it on the Xbox.
Oh, okay. I just played the mobile version because unfortunately, Apple doesn't have Assassin's Creed or any Star Wars first-person shooters, so it's got to be Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So I play with them a lot, and it's a lot of fun. So
Pasta with a tomato cream and sausage sauce.
ooh, that sounds good, buddy. Where were you during our cooking episode? We were talking about cooking last week,
Yeah, we
and
were.
all we did was make each other hungry.
That is true. I did end up eating after the show because I was really hungry.
Yeah, this time I ate before the show. Well, I had a snack before the show.
I
That
did
way,
too.
if we talked
Actually,
about cooking,
we were out running errands, and so we did stop and get something to eat. Against my better judgment, we ended up eating at KFC.
Dragon Buddy
It
said I
was
made him.
near where. Say that again.
Oh, I said Dragon Buddy said I made him hungry too. So there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we did our job then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was near where we were driving around, and I was like, let's just go to KFC real quick. Yeah, it was KFC. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't have a Popeyes here in Norman, so I can't go to Popeyes to get chicken.
We have a KFC in El Dorado, but for some reason, every time I go to that KFC, it does not turn out well. I don't know what it is. It must be that individual restaurant. It's just not good.
I don't think any of them are really that good, to be honest. But
I used to love the shit. I used to love the crap out of KFC. I thought KFC was a good.
a long time ago, yeah, when I was a kid.
Yeah, but now it's like
no.
Hey, technically, in case you haven't noticed, I am kind of still a kid.
Well, good point. I guess I am too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I didn't go see any movies this week. Or wait a minute. No, not this week. I've not seen any movies. Well, I saw one, but it was in preparation for the show, and it wasn't at a theater. So
I sat in my room and I watched the first three of the Police Academy movies.
okay,
Yep.
yeah, I
I've
just
watched all the first
one
three.
because that's the only one I cared about at the time. So
Have you even seen the other ones?
yeah, I've seen the first four. 4 is Citizens on Patrol, right?
Right.
Okay, and then I've seen the Miami Beach one, but I have not seen any others.
I actually have all of them on Blu-ray. The only one that I've ever watched and I will probably never watch again is I can't remember what it's called. It's like Mission to Moscow or something like that.
Yeah, I've never.
It was after six kind of really went out on the limb, and then 7 was like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah,
I'm not watching that again.
Too many of them.
Yeah.
No, like I'm pretty sure that the only one. We'll talk about this when we get to Police Academy.
Right.
We're not ready for Police Academy yet.
And I will say this. I will make a statement about this. I've seen some things online lately about some franchises that I watch, and there are people who consider them to be kids franchises, i.e. Star Wars or some other ones. And everybody's like, oh, those are for kids. You shouldn't watch those. And I'll just say this as a grown 48-year-old adult. I'll say this. Watch what you want to watch. Enjoy what you want to watch, what you want to enjoy. If it's kid stuff, for God's sakes, watch it. If it's stuff you watched when you were a kid, watch it. If you enjoy watching it with your kids and it's kid stuff, watch it. I don't give a crap. And, you know, personally, if it's something that makes you feel better, if it takes you out of your headspace and lets you kind of go off into an imaginary place for a little bit and feel better about yourself and what you do, then for crying out loud, do it. I mean, if you want to cosplay something that somebody would call you a kid for, or you're a grown adult and you shouldn't do it, I say do it and take pictures, because it's ridiculous that there are people out there that believe, oh, that's for kids, you shouldn't do it as an adult. Bite me. That's what I say. Bite me.
So
Bite me 100 times over.
okay, so I've got two chat things to. Well, okay, first of all, hey Brian, hey Chantel, glad to see you here. First, to answer Brian, I remember that there was an animated series. I didn't ever watch the animated series. His question was, do you remember the Police Academy animated series?
No, that's a new one on me. I didn't know there was
one, but I never watched it.
I didn't even know there was one. I didn't even know there. I will have to look that up now, because I did not know there was such a thing.
Yeah. So okay, so Chantel she's catching up on Bad Batch, so she can't stay tonight. Oh, boo! I'm not caught up on Bad Batch either. And I'm
caught up, but I haven't watched. I'm caught up till tomorrow's episode, and then
I also agree with this statement. Dragonfish says, "I watch more animation now than when I was 12." That is true. I actually do. Hey, Spencer.
Well,
man?
they had a certain actress from another series come out and make a statement that adults should get over it. It was for kids and they shouldn't watch it. And I was kind of like, I kind of agreed with everybody else in the chat and people who were talking about it online. They said, you know what? Watch what you want to watch, enjoy what you want to enjoy. If it makes you happy and it takes you away from the normal, your normal everyday grind, then for crying out loud, do it.
Sorry. When she said she was behind, I didn't realize she was that far behind.
Ooh, got season 1, episode 7. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I'm at least in the current season. I just haven't caught up with it. Wow, you are really behind.
Well, just in case we talk about it, spoiler alert.
Yeah, really. Well, we probably won't talk about Bad Batch because I'm behind. Man, what? Oh man, you know what I did yesterday? Oh man. So Monday nights, I have a tendency to go to the game shop. There's an RPG game shop here in town. The one that I used to work at. Do you remember that I used to work at a game shop? I don't know.
I think you said that once. You told me that once because you were talking about like D&D, and then you found a new game, and you said you worked in a game shop at one point, and you used to play all the games that came out.
This was fairly recent. I mean, I think I stopped working there like right before Christmas, maybe. Anyway, I still go to it. I was either working at my regular job or there all the time, so I was never like really home. So I just stopped. But I go there anyway. I go there typically on Mondays, not every Monday. Like it depends on what games they're running. But if there's games that they're running that I'm interested in, then I will go. Like I was going for a while when my friend, the manager, actually, Daryl, was running a game called Vast Grim. And that was a lot of fun. And then, so they rotate what games they play. Like they'll play them for like a couple of months and then they'll start playing something else. So Vast Grim was over and I was like, oh man, there's not going to be anything to play. So I guess I just won't go on Mondays. And then I'm on their Discord server and they announced that Monday, yesterday, they were starting Star Wars RPG campaign. So I was like, well, shit, I got to sign up for that one.
Well,
I did. And so last night I played Star Wars RPG, it's funny because it is the first time that I've played that game as a player since before COVID. Like, like I've ran that game a bunch of times, like
Mhm.
but and I was like, man, I don't even remember what it is to be a player in this game. So I went in, I played, and we were playing. It was funny because we were playing. The guy was running. He was running the Edge of the Empire beginner box adventure, just to kind of get everybody immersed into the system and whatnot. He didn't just he wanted everybody to just be able to jump in and play. So that being said, we all play with pre-generated characters. Because if out there, if you've never played the Star Wars RPG, it is a lot of fun if you're into RPGs, but I will say that the character creation process is a little daunting if you've never done it.
Now, are you talking about? Is this the this isn't the one where you have your own fleet?
No, not a
Okay.
miniature game.
Okay.
No, this is like a tabletop, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Except
Okay.
it's Star Wars. So yeah, he just gave us pre-generated characters. But what's funny about the adventure that we played is it's the Edge of the Empire beginner's box adventure, and I've run that game myself at least 3 times. And I've never gone through it as a player, but he's like, yeah, we're going to run this. I'm like, I'm just going to have to pretend I have no idea what's going on because
Spencer
I
says-
know everything that's going to happen.
Spencer says character creation isn't that bad.
I don't think it's that bad because I've done it so many times. But if you're like a first timer, it's a little daunting because it's not complicated. It's just very time consuming.
I actually was going to tell you a story. So I've kind of been playing this DayZ online game. I know I've told you about it before.
Yeah.
I play it on PlayStation 5, but you can play it on Xbox, you can play it on PC, you can play it on anything. And I was playing with this group of guys, a really good group of guys, really nice fellas, amazing group to talk to. A couple of the guys are from England. I think there's even one guy from like Norway or Sweden or something like that plays, and a few other guys from some other countries, but the core guys are either from Canada or from America. And they had to do a recent update, and the guy that owns the server that I've been playing with, his server crashed out. And it's kind of been glitchy and messed up ever since. And he decided to transport over to another server with all the guys that we play with. And we've been building bases and collecting materials on this other server. And he kind of said the same thing. He kind of had the same attitude towards it as you do towards Star Wars. He was like, it's so great to not have to manage the server. He can just play. He doesn't have to worry about, managing the game and managing the players and the characters and all that kind of stuff. All he gets to do is play, and he just says, hey, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. And now he's thinking about redoing his own server, wiping everything out, and redoing his own server in the same way, just adding like tools, materials, and spawns like guns and stuff in the game the same way as what he's doing now, because he's been so tired of trying to manage it and keep the bad people out the whole time that he's actually finding it fun to get to play the game for once in like a lot of years.
Yeah. So
he's really enjoying it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun playing as a player for the first time in years. And it was funny doing a pre-generated because I was like, well, what are my options? And I looked through them. And I'm like, okay. So I was playing a female Twi'lek bounty hunter, and she's kind of murderous, very 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 low on the morality scale. So that was a lot of fun. So we finished that adventure. And then the GM said, next week, if you know how and you want to, you can come, you can bring your own character. And I was like, okay.
What was that? Reminds me of that Twilight girl from Mando season 1.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. I'm
Talking
trying to look her. What was her name? There we go. Zion was her name. Yeah,
Yeah,
Zion.
she
Yeah,
was
yeah. So kind of like her.
a little bit as far as attitude, maybe. She was more. My character was more focused on guns, though, like gun skills,
Oh, okay.
as opposed to. I think she was kind of a knife.
Yeah, the girl from season 1 was more of a knife girl. Where
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I had this. He said
Coincidentally,
Steve's character reminded me of a character from the High Republic. In my character in the Star Wars game, is that what you're talking about? And which character in the High Republic? Because I admittedly don't have a whole lot of knowledge about the High. I have a little bit of knowledge of the High Republic, but not enough. Yeah. Do you collect Legos?
I would love to. I do not because I just don't have the room. Because I would have to take them out of the box, assemble them, and put them places. So, since my collection has become what it has, because like everybody sees like this and this and this stuff back here.
Yeah.
There's a whole other panel behind me. Plus, these walls are only half. There's more to them up here that people don't even see, and then people don't even see my front room, which has lightsabers, helmets. My Razor Crest is in there. A lot of my new Micro Galaxy Squadron toys are in there. Like, anyway, they're in there. So I'm running out of space, and I might be forced to do that S word here before long. But I would love to collect Legos, but I
Right, Spencer. Yes, I remembered who you were talking about when you said Tempest Runner. I'm like, oh yeah, kind of like her. What do you mean by the S word?
sell stuff.
Oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So yeah, no, I would love to have Legos because there's some impressive, very, very impressive sets out there that I would really like, and I would have to take them out of the box and assemble them because you cannot appreciate Legos inside the box. You have to actually put it together and put it somewhere.
Right.
So yeah, like right now, I think I told you in the past that I actually went through and did the Hasbro HasLab Ghost from Rebels. And
yeah,
I actually have to find room for it when it gets here in the fall.
So I'm thinking of starting like a minifigure collection.
Oh, nice.
So I've got this bag full of minifigures.
Oh, nice.
That Blue gave me a while back, and I just haven't done anything. They're just obviously still in the bag, so I haven't done anything with them. But my wife pointed out this display case on Amazon that looks like that. That's not the minifigures that I own, but that's just the Amazon ad. But it's like that, so I could just hang it up on the wall.
I would say minifigures would be much more manageable.
Yeah,
than play sets. Than the entire play set.
Yeah, so I have I don't have just Star Wars minifigures, but I think if I'm going to like actively start a collection, I think that's where I'm going to focus because obviously. Most of the ones that I have are Star Wars related. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 Marvel characters, and I have 8 DC Comics characters. But yeah, all the rest of them are all Star Wars, which really shouldn't surprise anybody.
And I did forget. I actually do have the Lego Skywalker Saga for PlayStation 5.
Mm.
And I did complete the main quest. I've not completed all the side quests, but I've completed all the main quests.
So I also have this that I have yet to put together, and it ended up in a box and got crushed. So hopefully it's still there. But I've got this.
Oh, wait a minute. You haven't put oh
No, I haven't put it together. To be completely honest, I forgot that I had it. But I went looking for this bag of Lego minifigures, and then I was talking to Blue, and he was telling me of some other ones that he said he had given to me. And I was like, I can't find them anywhere. So I went digging in more boxes that are as you can see in that corner, there used to be some boxes there, but now they're all spread all over the floor. And so I went digging in the boxes, and I found that set, and I was like, oh man, I forgot I had this. So I'm gonna get,
I am a little surprised. You have a Boba Fett something or other that isn't out, put together, and on display.
I know, right? It's so
What's
weird.
up with that, man? That's just odd.
Yeah, I'll put it together. But we were at Walmart earlier this evening. One of the errands that we had to run, and I went over to the Lego section, and there was a TIE Interceptor Lego, and I'm like, as much as I'd like to have a Lego TIE Interceptor, which I would, I really just want that TIE Fighter pilot Lego minifigure.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I don't remember why I brought that up.
I think if I had my pick of all of the Legos, if I could just get one of them, I would say it's a tie between the big Millennium Falcon set, which is like $800, or the R2D2.
Okay.
Because I like the Walker. The Walker is impressive. I like the Walker. What's the other big one that they did? They did the Millennium Falcon. They did the Walker. They did R2D2.
Well, they got the Death Star.
Yeah, there's been like a big Death Star one. Oh, a Star Destroyer. There it is.
Yeah,
the Star Destroyer was the other one I was thinking of. But I would think the big Millennium Falcon or the R2D2. And the cool thing about it is that if you're not concerned about official figures, or you got custom ones that you want done, there's websites like Etsy that do stuff like that, and they actually have lighting kits for like the Millennium Falcon and stuff. You can put lights in it as you're putting it together, and then hook it up to a battery, and everything lights up. But I mean, I have this guy. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, I got the Millennium Falcon from Target that does either the newer sequel trilogy quotes, or it does the old stuff.
I would like to get the Lego Razor Crest.
Yeah, the Razor Crest. Yep.
Yeah, it comes with the Mandalorian, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with the Mithril,
mm-hmm.
and it comes with Kulil. I always pronounce his name wrong.
Quill.
Yeah, Quill.
Quill.
But also Spencer, I also would want that huge Star Destroyer. Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the HasLab Razor Crest, and it came with Mando and the Child, and a bunch of weapons, and all the panels come off, and all that kind of stuff. One of those things.
Yeah.
And so I figured getting a Lego Razor Crest probably. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to have them, but like I said, I don't have the space for everything, so I have to pick and choose the stuff that I want, and I'm having to reconfigure constantly and reshape things and see. I gave away like all of the 3 3/4 inch characters that I had, all the ones in the packaging and with their card backs and everything. I gave them to a kid that's trying to start his collection. and he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, but he wants the 3 3/4. He wants the smaller stuff.
Oh, there you go.
So I was like, man, I'll give it all to you, buddy. Here you go. Have it. I gotta
Yeah,
get rid
that's
of it.
cool.
I gotta get rid of it. So
Yeah, that's cool.
I almost, these right over here, this is my Unleashed collection, and I have all of them. You can't see them all, but there's more up top. There's more down here on the bottom. They're all over here. But these are these Unleashed figures. These came out.
I remember those.
Yep. Yeah. So I've got all those. And I almost had that collection traded with someone for a sail barge, for the HasLab sail barge. Almost had it done. But here, let's see. Yeah. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Boba Fett in plastic, in mint condition.
Do you have any figures of Dr. Aphra?
No. Wait, I might be lying. I might have that because I have Black Series, and I think she came out in Black Series, and I have most of the Black Series figures. I'm only missing a couple, so I might actually have Dr. Aphra in Black Series.
Yeah, I'd like to have that as a minifigure. There actually is not a Dr. Aphra minifigure, but there's a website out there that somebody put together parts from other characters and made one. So you've got. So here are the pieces that they used to create a Dr. Aphra. They used a Padme head and a Padme Clone Wars Senator torso. They had to be very specific with that. Han Solo's pants and Mulan's hairpiece. And then they said that so the picture shows two versions. They show without her pilot cap, I guess is what they call it. So with the hair, and then the website says that the pilot cap are very common. So I'm guessing you can just pretty much find that anywhere. But yeah, I don't know if Lego will ever put out a Dr. Aphra character because
I would assume that if you see her in live action or if you see her in a cartoon or something, I'm assuming they probably will. I mean, eventually they probably will. She's growing in popularity, and people are, some people really like her. Some people don't know anything about her. I know who she is. I know a little bit about her, but I'm not like big into the character yet. So because
I want to get one of the sets that I want to get is I want to get all of the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back. And I have all but one.
Like Lego minifigs?
Huh?
The minifigs?
Yeah, the minifigs. The one I am missing, I think, is Zuckuss. It's either Zuckuss or Forlom. Because I have IG-88, I have Boba Fett, I have Bosk, and I have Dengar. And I have one other. It's either Forlom or Zuckuss. I don't remember which one it is. Yes, Spencer, I would also like to see a Jackson in Lego. That would be awesome.
That Wascoey Webbit.
Yeah.
You know what? We probably ought to play a song.
You know what we need to do before we play a song, though?
Oh, what do we need to do?
Where can you find us on social media? You can find us by clicking on or going to bio.link/Rebel Rock Radio. That will take you to all our social media sites. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Pretty sure there's a link to our Discord channel, which you should all definitely get on. There's a link to our merch, and there are also links to our audio formats if you so choose to listen to us on audio. So like Apple, Spotify, all those. So go to bio.link/Rebel Rock Radio. But if you are watching us on YouTube, please remember to subscribe and smash that like button. And speaking of subscriptions, where are we at now? We are at 182.
We're getting there.
We're trying to get to that 200. So tell your friends to come and subscribe to us.
You know how it is. You know how it is, though. Once we get to 200, we'll want to get to 500, and then we'll want to get to 1,000.
Well, naturally, yeah, obviously.
So we really need help. We really need that help.
We do. We need to get to that 200. Okay. Oh, you know what? Do you have any podcasts that you want to shout out today?
No, just some repeats. The ATG podcast. Pete, Nick, Chris, Lloyd, those guys over at Around the Galaxy, those guys that do a Thursday night podcast live. Don't forget to check them out. Don't forget to check out the guys at Bombadcast and the guys at Broaxium. Check all those guys out. Bombadcast, Broaxium, and ATG. Give them guys a like. If you're into Star Wars and positive content and that kind of thing like we are, give those guys a like and subscribe. Good bunch of folks.
I would like to give a shout out to the Sidebar Cantina, ATSW, the Escape Pod, Grave Reviews, Sisterhood of the Traveling Bantha, Used and Abused, Salacious Rum, Punk Lotto Pod, and One Band 5 Songs.
See you, Spencer. Spencer's heading out for the Indy.
So Ubaldo says, when we get to 200, we will celebrate like the Joker in Batman 89.
Heck yeah.
We won't kill people, though.
We'll put a smile on their face, though.
Yes. Okay, let's do a song.
All right.
What do we got next? What do we have? What do you have for me? You don't have any. Okay, that's all right.
Well, that's your department. If I had one, we'd get, it'll only be a 25-second snippet of my favorite music.
I hear you. Okay, so this band comes from Dundee, Scotland. They are called Red Vanilla, and they have an album coming out in June called Days of Grey, and this is a song from that album. This is called All These Better Things.
Stupid things that mess
right, that was Red Vanilla with All These Better Things.
That's a catchy tune, man. I like that.
Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty nice.
It's a pretty good tune, man.
Keep my
Pretty good
eye
tune.
out on that one in June. You know what? Earlier, I forgot to ask, did you watch the Academy Award presentation thingamajigger?
Man, I'll be honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with you. I detest those shows anymore.
Oh, no. I'm just asking if you did. I don't watch them either.
No. The only thing I did see the snippet of John Cena. That's the only cut. The only one that I saw. I saw that part.
Did you see the thing with Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yes, I did see a little bit of that. I did see a little bit of that. That was kind of neat. That was kind of cool.
So yeah, I don't watch the presentation, but I do.
And that I usually I try to, but I just haven't got a chance to look them up yet, so I'm not sure.
Normally, the films that win the Oscars, I'm like, yeah, I don't give a shit about that movie. But Oppenheimer won quite a few awards. And I really liked that movie. So that was
a damn good movie.
It was. But yeah, and dang it, Dragon, who Ubaldo's still in my thunder. Godzilla minus one won the Oscar for best visual effects. So this is the first time since its creation that a Godzilla movie has won an Oscar. So only took them 70 years.
Only took them 70.
So yeah, that was really cool. But yeah, so Oppenheimer won. Oppenheimer won 7 awards.
I'm actually looking at winners now.
So yeah, it won Best Picture, won Best Director, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor. What else? Best Original Score.
Best, yeah. You said actor and actress already.
Best Film Editing. So yeah.
Well, look, Robert Downey Jr. won an award, and it wasn't for something in Marvel.
I know.
What's up with that?
So yeah, but yeah, I don't watch those shows, but I do like to just keep my eye on what wins to see if there's anything.
Sometimes it's interesting to see who won because you just, I don't know. Some of them are weird because you just you find out that a lot of it's done for promotional purposes, and it's done for promotional purposes, and they're really not. The movies just they don't give Oscars sometimes to movies that aren't popular. Like this year, Oppenheimer was very popular.
Yeah.
But sometimes they give them to movies, and you go,
what? Yeah.
Why? That isn't even a good movie.
So for Best Picture, there were 10 movies nominated. Of those 10, I have seen 1, 2, 3, 4. I've seen 4 of them. Which I think is more movies that were nominated than I normally see. Like most of the stuff they put out is stuff that I've never bothered to watch. But
technically, Dragon Buddy brings up a point. He says Godzilla and Oppenheimer won, and then he says the two are linked in some crazy ways. What was the one? What year was that one? The Godzilla with Matthew Broderick that came out?
1996.
Yeah, I want to say it was 96 or 90, something like that. But if you watch that movie, the direct tests that they did in the Caribbean during the dawn of the nuclear age, that in that movie, that's how they explain how Godzilla came to be.
1998.
1998, yeah. So actually, they are linked in kind of sort of a way.
But the other 10 that I haven't seen, or the other, well, I guess that'd be what?
6.
There are 1, 2, 3 that I know for sure I actually want to see, just haven't gotten around to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then there's a couple that I've never even heard of, so I'm like, I don't know.
See, those are the ones that I go, how?
Yeah.
Why? Why? Nobody's ever even heard of these movies, but yet they're nominated for Oscars. It's like,
so one
come
of them that I've never heard of is called Anatomy of a Fall, and it's a French legal drama. Yeah, I probably won't go watch that one.
Yeah,
honest.
probably not. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I'm gonna watch that one.
I'm right there with you, buddy.
The other one is called Past Lives, and it is an American romantic drama film. Yeah, probably not. Not gonna. Yeah, probably not gonna happen. But I've seen Oppenheimer. I've seen Barbie. Ugh.
I have not seen
The
Barbie.
Holdovers, and I've seen Killers of the Flower Moon.
Mm.
Anyway. Oh, what do we got going on next? We got
Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon is disturbing. Very disturbing.
I liked it, but yeah, I see that.
He lost me romantic.
You take that back. You need to rinse yourself, Dragon Buddy. Let me do, if I have not already pointed this out to you, JD, or anybody out here watching this YouTube channel, I despise those commercials.
Most people do. Most people do.
I hate the fact that and only part of it is that I have to see Nicole Kidman every time.
Mm-hmm.
If it were some other actor, I would still loathe them. Because
what was it?
I don't want to. Why am I going into a theater? Why do I have to have a commercial telling me how great this theater is? I'm already here.
I'm already here.
Ticket. I'm sitting down.
But did you pay the ticket? Did you?
I did. Well, I paid my subscription fee.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. What were some streaming services?
You might be right, Dragon Buddy. I mean, yeah. He says it's unnatural and knows your bounds. I can't lie. I mean, I can't disagree with that, but I don't understand this one. Brian says Steve bought that Nicole Kidman suit backpack. Is there a Nicole Kidman suit backpack? See, now I got to look this up. Oh my God. That is awful.
Okay, let's see it.
Oh man, yeah. Let me get a picture.
Okay, all right.
Oh my Lord! I hope this is not a. Oh, it is a JPEG. Good. Okay. I blame you, Brian, that you made me aware of this. Okay, it's loading. Give me a second.
Dang it, Brian.
Oh my gosh, this thing is awful. You ready?
Go for it.
That thing is horrible. We're just going to keep this up for the rest of the show. No, I'm kidding. No, Dragon Buddy. I don't need to own it. What I need to do is burn it.
Just don't pay money for it and burn it.
Oh my gosh, that is awful. That is so awful. It does. It looks like a Nicole Kidman pantsuit. Oh,
It does. That's what it looks like. Why
oh,
would somebody want to wear that on their back as a fashion statement? I don't know.
oh my lord. I don't know. But there's somebody out there that like
Oh, of course. Oh, of course there is.
that is like a Nicole Kidman aficionado and wants to own oh.
I can't. I mean, I can't say anything. I mean, like I said earlier, if you like what you like, go for it. I think it's hideous, but whatever.
So that does remind me there was a movie that came out late last year. Saw it in an AMC, so I had to see the Nicole Kidman commercial. But I'm watching the movie. We're sitting there watching the movie, and I'm with my youngest, and we're watching it. And I'm like, the movie starts, and they're doing the thing, and it goes a little ways, and I'm like, God damn it, I forgot Nicole Kidman's in this fucking movie. And it was Aquaman, the newest Aquaman.
Oh, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh fuck, I forgot she was in this damn movie. Son of a bitch.
She's just trying to get paid, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Anyway,
I'd have been more worried about Amber Heard being in it, but that's a whole other. That's a whole other thing.
okay, it's time to do our weekly recommendations. So if I understand correctly, you don't have a recommendation, but you do have a reveal.
I do have kind of an unboxing, yeah. Mhm.
So let's do your unboxing, or do you want me to do my recommendation first?
Mine won't take very long. Mine won't take very long. Alternate sources of purchasing your collection and finding deals is probably the cornerstone of my collection. I always try to find deals, unless, of course, I'm paying for something that has to do with charity, and then I'll just pay whatever. It doesn't really matter. But Facebook groups and stuff like that you can buy stuff from are great. And a gentleman I met here in Wichita actually was needing to part with some of his collection, and I found myself a very nice Sideshow Collectibles Ahsoka Tano
Oh wow!
for a discount price.
So
Very
he
nice.
just needed to get rid of it.
Yeah, he was having some financial issues, and he was really needing to part with his collection. I felt really bad for the guy because I love these things. These are my new thing to try to get because they're very high quality, very good for anybody who's ever had a Sideshow product. These things are freaking awesome. And so that's the cover for the outside sleeve. There's the cover for the inside sleeve right there.
Cool.
And then if you, let's see, make sure yeah. So you got to pull it out like this. And then that's the only crazy thing about it is I don't have room for the boxes. So I can't like display the boxes because the boxes have such beautiful artwork on them and prints and everything, and they're so well done, but I can't display the boxes because I have no room. So, and then outside of the box, there is what I dropped. Oh, I dropped something. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Okay, and so there's the actual character itself inside the box right there. And then if you take the outer sleeve off, you get all kinds of cool little accessories, including alternate hands and different things like that.
Sideshow Collectibles is what it's called.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
And then if you take that panel out with her in it, and I got to remove another piece here. So then once you remove that, then you get all of the accessories that go along with it, including motion blades and stands and other blades and different things. Now, this guy did have it out, and he did have it displayed. So he put the blades inside of a different part of it, but everything is there. I made sure it was all there because I didn't want to get screwed out of stuff. But yeah, so you get all the different accessories with it as well. So you can do all kinds of multiple different poses. You can reenact all kinds of different things with it. You can do different scenes. I have currently in my living room, I have the Luke Skywalker from the end of Mando season 2, and I have him crushing the Dark Trooper droid. So I'm going to set up a little scene I think I'm going to change his to with her and show the scene where the two of them are standing together. In
So wow, yeah. So I'm looking at the website at the different Star Wars figures they've got. They've got a Balin skull, and they have a Shin Hati.
yeah, that are coming out. I think they're getting ready to release them.
Oh yeah, okay. It does say pre-order. And they have a Boba Fett deluxe version that. Oh man, I want to do something here. Let me see if this works. Share screen. Okay. All right. Can you see the screen? Oh, there you go. There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So look at that. That is so cool. I would $500. Damn.
The detail. Now, let me explain
Honestly,
something.
I would.
Let me
If I had $500, I would buy this.
let me explain something to you, though, Steve. Let me explain something to you. When it comes to collectibles that are like what is the scale? I think they're like 8-inch scale or whatever. Instead of 6-inch, 8-inch scale or bigger. When it comes to those types of characters, and if you look, go up one a little bit, go back up a little bit, right? Go back down. Where'd it go? Keep going, right there. That one right there. Click on that one. So see, there you go. Repainted armor, all of this stuff from like Boba Fett season 3 or a Book of Boba Fett and all that. So he's got all that plus accessories and all that kind of stuff. When it comes to collectible characters that aren't like your average run-of-the-mill Walmart exclusive characters, Sideshow is top-notch, and they are the very best when it comes to these characters. And if you look around, you'll find all kinds of deals and all kinds of different things when it comes to collectibles. Like I said, I own a life-size version of the child of Grogu in the other room, and the detail is phenomenal. I mean, it's a life-size version of Grogu, and it's that Luke Skywalker right there that you see.
Yep.
Oh,
hang on, the
Luke Skywalker that you see with the robot that lights up. That one right there. I own that one.
That's awesome. These are so. Yeah, these are amazing.
Yeah, they are. They are basically
Boba Fett on the throne. Heck yeah. See, I think
Ubaldo.
This is probably the Boba Fett that I would get.
Yeah. Yep. Now they are pricey, but the reason they are pricey is because they are hand painted. Yeah, they are
pictures.
They're hand painted. They're hand stitched. All of the clothes and everything you see on the soft goods and all that stuff is all legit, hand painted, hand done. It's very meticulous, and they only make certain amounts of each piece. So I mean, they are.
I have that one.
Yeah, Chopper. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Those are nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they are top notch. And Ubaldo says, when I get my scene set up, I'll take a picture. I will definitely do that.
Oh, Robert in the chat. Hey, how's it going, man? We're just talking about toys.
Yes, he says Sideshow figures are unmatched. 100%.
I know.
Sideshow figures are phenomenal.
So there is a specific. There's a specific one I'm looking. Hey, Babu Frick. There's a specific one I'm looking for. I haven't seen it yet, but.
Are you looking for the older Boba Fett?
No, actually, it's not a Boba Fett I'm looking for. Although the Boba Fett will probably be the first one I get. Yeah, I'm not.
They actually have. If you go back up a little bit.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Where was it? Yeah, there it is. I think it is. Is that Yoda? That's a Mythos character, so that's not the life size. But they actually make a life size Yoda. And get this, Steve, you'll like this one. They did have, I don't know if there's any left, but they did have a life size version of Boba Fett in his armor from Empire Strikes Back.
That's pretty cool. No,
it was actually 100%.
I was looking for one of the Royal Guards.
Oh.
Because I'd get one of those too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I actually,
if I can figure out a way to get $300 to just burn, I think I think I would probably get that Boba Fett.
Those are they're pretty nice, pretty top notch. And like I said, this guy was needing to get rid of it, so he had this Ahsoka sitting aside, and I was like, dude, that's one I don't have. And she's like, I want to put together the scene with like Luke Skywalker, Ahsoka, and then little Grogu down at the bottom, because it's kind of like having Luke Skywalker as the old guard, Ahsoka from the Clone Wars era, and then Grogu from the new era. It's like having all three eras in one. You know what I mean? With the exception of not having some of the sequel trilogy stuff in there, but I mean, I can add something in there. But in that scene, you have the three of them together in that one scene, and I was like, yeah, I need to set that up.
So here's the thing. I just found a Boba Fett. On eBay.
The sideshow.
Yeah, sideshow.
I have one of the older ones up there, up on the top of my shelf. I have to show it to you. I'll send you a picture of it. I have a little Boba Fett collection in one part of my room, and I have a sideshow Boba Fett sitting up there.
Yeah, this one is much less expensive than on sideshow.
Yeah. Do you have a picture of it? It might be the one that I have. Do you have a picture? Does it show a picture of it?
I already.
Oh.
Hang on.
Okay.
Here, I can just go to my history. It should be. Let's see. See, this one's a little bit different though. It's not the same one. Yeah, I don't know. That's here. Let me share. Yeah, I'm just going to share my screen. I'm not going to try to. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is that the one I have? That might be the one that I have. Pretty nice. That's not bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah. I think click on that one. Will it come up?
Is it not coming up?
I don't see it.
Oh, that's weird. Why is it? Let me try this again then.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think that's the one I have. Yeah, I think that's the one I have.
Well, I mean, this one, it's essentially the same price as what you can get on Sideshow. So,
yeah, you're better off just buying it from Sideshow.
I would just buy it off Sideshow if I'm going to spend that much money.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm glad that you showed us the Sideshow collectibles because now I'm going to be out of money again.
I'm glad I could be of help.
I'm glad you can make me broke.
Yeah, you definitely have to go on their website sparingly, but it's one of those things that if you purchase something from them that you like, that is, like I said, Boba Fett related or something you wanted off the Boba Fett, you're definitely not going to be disappointed with the amount of detail and how they look. They are phenomenal.
Pretty awesome.
They are great. They are phenomenal. You will not be disappointed. It is some money, but you won't be disappointed.
So, that was a cool recommendation. Sort of a recommendation. Recommending going to buy, if you have the money, Sideshow collectibles. My recommendation for the week is not a movie or a TV show. It is a book, and it is actually related to last week's recommendation. So,
okay.
I am currently reading this book here, Dune. Okay, let me rephrase that. I am listening to the audiobook of Dune.
Hey, that counts.
It has to count.
It counts.
So I started reading that last Monday. And I am currently about 78% of the way through. So I'm getting there. but I mean, the thing is, even with listening to audiobooks, um, I still my ADHD just gets in the way, and which is the main reason I don't read like sit down and read books hardly at all anymore because my ADHD has gotten much worse over the years. Um, Interestingly enough, now that I mentioned that, um, yeah, I don't even know if you knew I had ADHD. It's probably obvious, but but yeah. So I've had it, and I've been diagnosed with it for I don't know 3 4 years. I don't remember, at least 3 years. But I've been unmedicated because I like when I was first diagnosed. Um, he put me on some medicine, and it did nothing. It was like nothing at like basically I just took a water pill. Um, and so instead of like looking into other solutions, I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to deal with it. I'm just going to deal with the ADHD. Been dealing with it for 50 years, so or whatever. So I was like, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. But yeah, like I guess this last year, or mostly like in the last, I don't know, 4 5 6 months, it just seems like it's gotten a lot worse.
Mm.
Like a lot worse. Like
Hmm.
it's been affecting a lot of stuff. And I'm like, okay, maybe I need to try to get on medicine again. So I sent a message to my doctor um, yesterday, and I told him what was going on. I was like, all right, maybe we need to try something else and see if we can do anything. So yeah, so anyway, he prescribed me another medication. So the pharmacy is actually out of stock of it right now. So eventually I will be medicated for my ADHD. So we'll see how that changes anything.
I'll be honest with you, I had an early form of it when I was a kid. They diagnosed me with what used to be called hypertension, but now it's called ADHD.
Hypertension?
Hypertension.
I
Yeah.
thought
It was
hypertension
so,
was like blood pressure.
no, it was, yeah, no, it was, maybe they didn't call it, let's see. I think I'm telling you that right. Hypertension. It wasn't like blood pressure. It had to do with, it was basically like an early form of
No,
ADHD.
hypertension is high blood pressure.
Okay, so it's not hypertension. What is it?
Let's
It was
see.
whatever back in the 80s. It's what they called it back
What
in the
is
80s. It
another
wasn't.
word for ADHD?
I can't. I don't know why I'm saying hypertension. Then it wasn't
Hyperactivity.
hypertension. Yeah, like hyperactivity. Yeah, Yeah, hyperactivity.
Yeah, hyperactivity disorder.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, Brian got it. Hyperactivity. Yeah, I don't know why I said hypertension. I don't know what it is. Anyway, hyperactivity. I was
Tina.
diagnosed with. I was. Hi, Tina. I was diagnosed with that when I was a kid too, and I actually had to do like medication. I couldn't touch bright colors or eat foods with bright colors or a lot of sugar or anything like that because yeah, I couldn't sit still. There wasn't anything at all. But my now in my adult life, I can't sit down and read books because I just don't have time. I don't have
Yeah.
time to sit down and read books. And so yeah, being able to like unload a truckload of wood, I'll sit there and read a book or listen to an audiobook while I'm unloading my truckload of wood. And that's what gives me my time to do so.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. No, I've gotten to the point, it's gotten so bad lately that I even have a hard time reading comic books.
Hmm.
And that was like when it got to that was where I was like, okay, there's something terribly wrong here. Well, I can't sit down and read a comic book. And
You just have an overactive mind, is what it is.
I know it's always going. I mean, you should.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you talk to uh, like Chantel and Dragon Buddy and Tina and Kelly, yeah, they'll highly attest to the state of my ADHD. It's bad. It's bad. So we'll have conversations, and I will just be all over the place in our chats, and it's like, dude, your ADHD is showing again. It's like, yeah.
You're killing me.
It's like, yeah, I know. So yeah. Soon I will be medicated, and we'll see how that turns out. I don't know.
Stay tuned, folks. It may be a very different show.
Dragon Buddy says it's at Hey Squirrel levels. I think it's beyond Hey Squirrel levels. Like at this point, I think I'm inventing squirrels to talk about. Crazy. But yeah, we'll just be sitting there talking about something, and something else will like my mind will just totally start rerouting into something else. So like, oh yeah, and they're just like, what the fuck, man? Kind of like the show. We're pretty much all over the board on the show too. I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's an hour and 30 minutes. It's an hour and 20 minutes in. We still have one more song to play, and we have a topic to get to.
Let's move on to the other song so that there aren't any spoilers, Dragon Buddy.
Yes,
okay,
so that way we can get to our topic.
We're going to play another song, and then we need to talk about our main topic. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about ADHD some other time because we could probably talk about that for that could be a whole episode. Okay.
Tune in later.
Yeah. So this is a band from New York City called Atomic Life. They have an EP coming out. It's a self-titled EP. I do not have an official release date. The press release just said sometime this year. Okay, that's helpful. But anyway, so there's a song from that upcoming self-titled EP. So here's Hit Me First by Atomic Life.
Down.
All right. That was Hit Me First by Atomic Life.
I just figured out the new title of this show. It's not about Police Academy. It's about, hey, squirrel.
Hey, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Oh, man. So, our new topic tonight is the 1984 movie.
And yes, I did that with a beer in my hand.
Heck yeah. So yeah, Police Academy. That's good. Rebel Rock Radio, Steve, JD, and
Hey, squirrel. Yes, I agree. You could. It was unmistakable when you heard that theme. You knew exactly what movie you were going to watch.
Absolutely.
And it came out on all the other ones too.
I did not see this one in the theater.
Neither did I.
I did see the second one.
I saw it on HBO.
I saw the second one in the theater. I may have seen the third one in the theater, but no, I did not see this first one in the theater. And I think, like you, I think I saw it on HBO.
Mm-hmm. I saw the first one, the second one in HBO, and then I watched the third one in theaters. Third one being my favorite, but we're talking about the original Police Academy.
Right.
So, yeah, great,
right, right, Dragon Buddy. The Gutenberg years were good.
yeah.
Once they got rid of him, the movie's just kind of like, eh.
It kind of went, eh. I mean, yeah, because 4 was definitely meh. 5, Miami Beach was all right. It was pretty decent. It was funny. And then 6, it went downhill.
Yeah.
But no, the original was funny. It would be fun to hear the stories from those group of characters and those people who played those characters.
Yeah.
To see, because I always wanted to ask Hooks, because you know who Hooks is.
Yeah.
If you've seen the movies, you know who Hooks is. She's so awesome. I love her. Yeah, that gets me. I laugh so hard every time I hear that, because she's like, but please sit down, please stop there, don't move.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to ask her. I've always wanted to ask the actress who plays Hooks. Was it harder to do the mousy voice or the loud, commanding voice?
Yeah.
Oh, but her, Steve Gutenberg, Bubba Smith. I can't remember his name. The guy who played Tackleberry. That was so funny because he was so freaking ate up about the military and guns and everything. And then the guy who played what the heck is his name? The guy who played Motormouth Jones. Michael Winslow.
Yeah.
Michael Winslow that played Motormouth Jones. I mean, that dude. He was on. I was actually surprised because he was on. He showed up on America's Got Talent like a few years ago, and he did his little impressions and stuff, and he still got it. He's still good at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a very interesting character. I like.
Yeah, very talented, very cool. I liked his character a lot, and just all of them, all the characters they had in there. You know, even Sergeant Harris, Captain Harris. Even though he was the bad guy, it was like some of the stuff they did was just funny. And he just couldn't stop fouling stuff up, and he couldn't stop getting caught in embarrassing situations. And So, yeah.
Yeah, it was, oh man. And then I'm trying to remember the guy who, George Martin. Remember that guy?
The lover boy guy.
Yeah.
And he got caught in the girls' dorm, and then Callahan got a hold of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he only showed up in that one movie, and then you never saw him after that.
Yeah, you never saw him again.
You never saw him after that. Yeah. And he actually didn't even talk like he wasn't even Latin American. He was from the Bronx or something.
Yeah.
But he did the accent because it attracted the women.
Yeah, because he got
Mm-hmm.
So
And then
I think this is a movie that they wouldn't be able to do today.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what though?
It.
No, in some aspects I don't think they would, but I was watching it the other day and I was kind of thinking about it in the same context you're thinking about how they couldn't get away with a movie like that today. And in some respects, yes, you're right. And in other respects, because there's a part in there where it's really cool because like you really didn't it really was one of those things where there really wasn't any, because the movie was made in the 80s, so you didn't think of, there was no angst between characters. Everybody was included, everybody was part of the group.
Yeah.
Nobody was discluded, that kind of thing, and everybody was, seemed to be getting along, getting together. They were trying to work together. And when Hightower came to Mahoney and said, "Look, I've never driven a car before," and he took him out and he drove a car, and he figured out how to drive a car. There wasn't none of that. Didn't feel like there was any tension between the two of them. They were just cadets that were trying to help each other out. They were trying to be brothers in arms. And he's like, "Man, I'll help you out with whatever you need." You didn't get any of that tension in there.
Yeah.
And even the part, and I bring this up because it's a cool part, or not a cool part, but when you say it wouldn't work today, I kind of tend to agree with this part. And that's when Hooks accidentally drives over the guy's feet, and then he makes a very racist remark, and Hightower goes after him. And to me, there wasn't a person who didn't cheer for Hightower when he flipped the car over on top of the guy.
Yeah.
And it's like he was defending his not only his cadet mate, but his whatever. He was defending his friend. And this guy who's obviously was a bad guy, he was also a jerk. He said something very racist. And Hightower took care of it. And I'm like, in my head, I'm looking at it going, yes, go Hightower.
So it's interesting you bring that up because I just watched it like very recently, like I was saying, and I remember that scene. I'm thinking, well, why did anything happen to that other guy because of the racist remark?
There's where you would run into the problem, though, because back in that day, nobody, it was a very different time. People were allowed to say things like that, and they didn't get reprimanded for it. Now, there's where you would be correct, because if that guy had said that, they would have thrown him out nowadays. They would have thrown him out nowadays before Hightower would have ever got a chance to get a hold of him.
Right.
And so there you are correct. For him to say something like that, but I mean, to be fair, even back then it shouldn't have been allowed, because it's just but for the scene it kind of made sense in a way, because he was so angry, and him and Hooks were trying to be police officers, and they weren't treated very, very well because of the fact that they were African American. And then when he said that racist remark, Hightower went after him. And for the context of the story, for the context of the movie, even though it was a comedy, it still made sense that he would go after him. He'd turn the car over because he didn't like the racist remark. And in the end, he ended up saving Harris's life, and he was brought back.
So DB says the 80s and 90s taught our generation to see beyond color or culture.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw racists as assholes. So we cheered Hightower.
Hell yeah. I 100%. I saw that, and that Hightower, in my opinion, even though he's the quietest guy on there, he's one of the coolest dudes in the movie.
And he's a florist.
He's a florist. He's a big dude. I mean, Bubba Smith was at the time a massive guy.
Yeah.
And he's just, you look at him, you take one look at him, and it's like, I'm not screwing with that guy. That guy's scary, and rightfully so.
one of the scenes that I really love in that movie, another scene, and I'm going to preface this by saying, as iconic as the Police Academy theme song was, this could be considered almost.
I know what you're going to talk about.
Dancing, sir. Mostly dancing. Dancing, sir.
I
Mostly
knew.
dancing.
I knew as soon as you said it, the other song that was in there was iconic. I knew that's what you were going to come up with.
I love that scene when they go in there. It's like, oh man.
But that freaking place seems to turn up in every freaking movie too.
I know.
At least the first three. Now I'm not sure about the fourth, but I know in all the first three movies it shows up, and either Proctor, the other two guys, Blanks and Copeland, or Harris, or somebody gets caught in that place every time.
Yeah. Well, they get caught in it again at the very end of the movie during the riot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, they get in there. They have to stay in there. They get stuck in there, and then they go back in again.
Okay, it has nothing to do with this particular version of Police Academy, but remember, I want to say it's in the second one where, God, who was the sidekick to the main guy?
To the main bad guy, Proctor.
God, I think his name was Proctor.
Yeah, Proctor. It was Proctor. Yeah,
but yeah, he was like Blue Oyster Bar, and the guy's like, "Oh, that's on," da 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 da. And then he stops, and he's like,
Yeah. Well, there's the part in 3 where the hooker strips him naked, locks him out the door, and he goes down the hall, and he has to get out of the building, and he ends up going down an alleyway and finds himself in that bar, butt naked.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And all the guys in the bar are, yay!
Oh man, I gotta go back and watch the rest of it.
at least the first three. At least the first three in succession. Because by the time the third one comes around, because in the first one, the Sweet Chuck, Mr. Sweet Chuck is the guy that owns the lamp and the chandelier shop, and they blow it all up. And then the second one, he has some other problems from Zeb, the gang leader, who's Bobcat Goldthwait. And by the third one, they end up being not only roommates, but they end up being graduating from the academy together in the third one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the first three are neat in their little progressions and stuff like that. It's kind of funny.
I can't believe that was 40 years ago.
It's disgusting. Oh, it's disgusting. Disgusting. And I don't think it was the first movie she ever showed up in, but Kate Capshaw was in that movie too.
That's right.
From Sex and the City. Yeah, she was in that movie as well. Her and Steve Guttenberg hooked up.
I don't know. I've actually never watched that show.
Yeah, she was in. Yeah, I had a. I knew a few people that like to watch Sex and the City, so it was. Unfortunately, I had to watch it on a few occasions. So yeah.
Yeah, no, never watched that one.
Mm-hmm. Well, she was also in another movie that my younger sisters absolutely loved, which was Mannequin. She was one of the main characters in the movie Mannequin. So that's how I could.
Wasn't she the mannequin?
Yes.
Okay.
She was the mannequin in the movie. Yeah.
I've seen that movie. I actually like that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie.
If I remember correctly, I think I remember liking that one.
That one's pretty funny because you always see him. Yeah, she was in also another great movie too, Dragon Buddy. Big Trouble in Little China. I watch that one all the time.
Yeah,
that is a great movie. That is a great movie. Very good movie.
Mannequin was good. The second one was not. Very. It just wasn't memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. One of their favorite movies. Yep, A Big Trouble in Little China. Heck yeah,
Yeah,
that is an excellent movie.
that is a good movie.
Yep, yep.
Um,
But yeah, let's see.
but thinking back to Police Academy.
Yeah, that's what I was getting back to. Police Academy. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
trying to,
yep,
Squirrel.
exactly. What was the guy that played Commandant Lassard? He was always funny too, because he kind of had the same. He kind of had that comedy level where he didn't realize he was doing goofy stuff, but he'd end up doing
Yeah.
goofy stuff, and he would be completely serious in the face about it when he did it.
He kind of reminds me. So the actor's name is George Gaines.
George Gaines, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, his character, and maybe it's more so the actor, kind of reminds me of a low-key Leslie Nielsen.
That's who I was thinking of. Yes. Because like if you go back to the Airplane movies, where he does the comedy, but he's real straight-faced about it, and he really doesn't show any expression, but you could tell it's comedy. Yeah, kind of the same deal. Kind of the same. He kind of had the same way he was doing stuff, and the same. What I want to say, yeah, they kind of got the same thing, same acting style.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him too. He was always funny when
he died in 2016.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I knew he passed away.
Oh, that's right. He was one of the main characters on the Punky Brewster TV show.
Yeah, what do you like? Was he the? He wasn't the
He was
dad.
the dad.
Was he the dad?
He was the dad. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Yeah. I'm looking at his filmography here. He was in Tootsie. He was in all of the Police Academy movies up to Mission to Moscow.
I'll be honest with you. Mission to Moscow I've watched once and I shut it off.
I don't think I would actually. I think that's the last one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Mission to Moscow was the last one, and I started watching it and I turned it off halfway through because it was so dumb.
So I'm looking at the actual list of movies. I actually think I have seen City Under Siege. So I think Mission to Moscow is the only one I haven't seen. Yeah, I think that's the only one I haven't seen. Oh, so this is interesting. So we were talking earlier about the Police Academy animated series, which I knew existed, but never saw it. But apparently there was also a live action TV series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it ran from, where's the dates? It ran from 1997 to 1998. Oh, okay, so there was only one season. 26 episodes. And Michael Winslow was in it.
It shows you how much I know.
Yeah, I don't see any other character. Okay, George Gaines was in it for one episode. Mauser was in it for one episode.
That's another one I'm going to have to look up on YouTube because I'm going to actually have to watch that. I did not know there was actually a TV series.
Bubba Smith was in it for one episode.
Nice.
Tackleberry was in one episode. I'm looking.
Yeah, I agree with Tina. I miss that style of comedy. I do too.
Yeah,
I really do. I miss that style of comedy.
Yeah.
It seems like I see it more and more in movies today. It seems like movies are
I'm not going to repeat this for the audio listeners. Sorry. Oh man, that was a funny scene. Yeah, I may have to check out this live action series. It looks like a lot of the there are two nephews of Tackleberry.
The two nephews of Tackleberry?
Yeah, there's two nephews who are part of the cast. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to see if I can track that one down somewhere on streaming. But yeah, this movie was. I mean, because it came out in 1984, it's a really great movie. But because it came out in 1984, it was overshadowed by a lot of other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Ghostbusters came out in 1984, so it was pretty terribly overshadowed by that one.
Terminator.
Terminator. I was going to say Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom came out that year. Of course, 1984 movie of the year, Muppets Take Manhattan came out. So yeah, it was. But no, like Ghostbusters, Terminator, Indiana Jones. This is Spinal Tap came out in 1984.
Don't anybody hate me, but I've never seen Spinal Tap.
I agree, Dragon Buddy. He said, let's be honest, the 80s were a boom for movies.
Yeah.
There were some really good. Yeah. Let's just look at, I've got a list of stuff obviously Empire Strikes Back came out in 80. The Blues Brothers came out in 80. Raiders of the Lost Ark came out in 81. Stripes came out in 81. Wrath of Khan came out in 82. Blade Runner came out in 82. Turn of the Jedi, 83. Ghostbusters, 84. Temple of Doom, 84. Police Academy, 84. Spinal Tap, 84. Terminator, 84. 85, Back to the Future.
Another one of my favorite franchises.
Yeah.
Love Back to the Future.
The Goonies, 85.
The Goonies!
Um,
If you're not a Goonies fan, we can't be friends.
Yeah, that movie was great. 87, Spaceballs. 87, RoboCop. 87, Lost Boys. 87, Princess Bride. 88, Die Hard. 89, Batman.
Are these movies of the year?
No, these are I'm just looking at a list of movies that came out in the 80s.
Oh, notable, yeah.
But yeah, there's a we could
go on for days.
We can do an episode on movies of certain decades.
Yeah. Because we're missing like so many of them that came out each of those years. Because there's so many iconic movies that came out each of those years. Yeah, and then like you said, 84 the Police Academy movie came out.
Oh, that's right, it did.
yeah.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, but.
Oh man, yeah, 84 was definitely a good year for movies. Point being, it was a really good movie, but it just kind of got overshadowed by a lot of other really good movies that came out that year.
Yep. Yep, I agree with that. It was, and you know what, the 80s seemed to be like a big time for like action movies, like big time. The action star movies like Schwarzenegger and Stallone and a bunch of those guys, the big 80s action movies that everybody talks about. They don't really talk about the comedies and the stuff that were like low key, low budget. We just want to have fun, have a good time and make you laugh. And those movies didn't, I don't know that they bring as many crowds to the theaters.
Yeah.
But it is such a fun movie. It was so underrated. I think it should have gotten a lot more credit than what it did.
Yeah,
it was a good, and it's set up.
Interesting though. So if you look at the top 10 highest grossing films of 1984, and this is United States only, this isn't worldwide. So out of the top 10, Police Academy actually was in this list. It's on number 6.
Oh, very good.
So here are the movies that made more than Police Academy.
Okay.
Number 5 was The Karate Kid. Number 4 was Gremlins.
That makes sense.
Number 3 was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Number 2 was Beverly Hills Cop. And number 1 was Ghostbusters. So
it had some really good competition.
Yeah, but
it had some really good competition.
You know what's missing from this number 10 list?
From 84?
Yeah. Terminator.
Really?
Terminator is missing.
It's not in the top 10?
It's not in the top 10. That is odd. Do I have the year right? I think it came out.
Let's see. Let's see.
1984.
What'd you say? Let's see. What'd you say? 5 was.
Because
you said Gremlins.
I'll have to go back to that page. Hang on.
You said Gremlins, Indiana Jones.
Ghostbusters, Beverly Hills Cop, Indiana Jones, Gremlins, and The Karate Kid.
Right. So there was no like comedies in there. So as far as comedies go, it was like. Okay, yeah, Ghostbusters. Okay, so basically, if you take just comedies, it probably did in the top, 3 or 4 of comedies that year.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So I mean, that's pretty good. That's not bad. That's pretty decent, commendable. So, yeah, I agree, Tina. I've seen all those movies too, and I loved them all.
So, how did Terminator just not do well at the theater? So its box office was 78 million. And let's look at its highest grossing films again. Oh, you know what? That might be worldwide gross.
The one that you were looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at Terminator, and okay, let me look at where's it at? Critical response? No, I don't care about critical response. So it topped the U.S. box office for 2 weeks. But so yeah, that the 78 million that it made is worldwide. That is really weird that it did not make the top 10 highest grossing films. See, I don't think this is right. I don't think this list that's on Wikipedia is right, because like again, they're probably just talking international, because the number 10 spot made 69 million, but that's just US. So, yeah, I don't know. I think somebody's got their information off. I'm gonna do more research on that, because I think Terminator made more money than Splash.
Do I sense a Terminator episode coming up in our podcast?
I mean, we could.
Well, if we're gonna do one, we have to do 2, because Terminator 2 was like, yeah.
Well,
we can talk about that. We can talk about that another time. We can talk about that.
If we're going to do that, I think we should do I think we should just do like a I don't want to say generic, but an all-encompassing Terminator episode.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's Tina? She says, I liked all of those movies and have seen them all. Which one? Are you talking?
I think she's
still talking about Police Academy. I mean, come on. It is the main topic.
I think
why would we be talking about the main topic? I mean,
I think she was talking about all the movies in the top from you said from 6 all the way up to 1 from 1984. She's talking about I think she was talking about all those movies. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do a Terminator episode. You want to do it next week?
Yeah.
Just do it an all-encompassing Terminator.
What do you think, people? Let us in the chat. You want to talk about Terminator next week?
Terminator, and we're talking about all Terminator.
We'll talk about all the Terminators next week.
Even the really bad number 3 one.
That 3 was bad for you? I mean, clearly you didn't see it on the other.
Actually, well, which one? Hold on. Let me make sure that I've got my numbers right. Let me look at the franchise here. Yeah, Rise of the Machines. That was the one with oh gosh, what was her flipping name? Claire Danes.
Oh yeah, okay. So it sounds like next week.
What's that?
I said sounds like next week.
Yeah, let's do that. I will say that if you want to talk about it, we can, but I won't have much to offer on the conversation of the Sarah Connor Chronicles because I never watched that one.
I did. I watched some of that.
I watched a few episodes, but
I watched a little bit of it.
I never got through the whole thing, and I don't think I'd be able to make it through the entire. Well, there's only 2 seasons.
Yeah, it didn't go very long.
Oh my gosh, the second season had 22 episodes. Yeah, I probably would make it by next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it, so yeah, we could do that.
So, yeah, let's do that next week, and we'll talk about Terminator.
Yep.
Awesome.
On the subject of Police Academy.
We're about at the end of the episode now.
Yeah. I'll just say this to sum up. If you haven't watched it in a long time, go back and watch it again. I still think it's a pretty timeless comedy. Yeah, you have to understand that it was made in the early 80s, so you have to take that with a little bit of understanding of what the time period of it when it was made. But I still think a lot of it, in the context of it, it's still funny. It's still a good comedy to watch, and I highly recommend it. Just don't forget that it's when it was made, and there is gratuitous nudity in it.
Right.
Just throwing that out there.
Mostly, you just remember the time period, and there is some stuff that would not fly today.
Yeah, there's some stuff that wouldn't fly today. There's for sure things that wouldn't fly. There's some things, and there's also some things in there that you look at it and you go, yeah, at the time that needed to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Hightower scene. That one to me absolutely needed to happen. That something worse needed to happen to that guy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So yeah. So we did. Yeah. See, we did get to Police Academy. Didn't talk about it near as much as we probably should have, but squirrel. I don't know. We talked about it.
Heck yeah.
We talked about it.
Heck yeah.
And
so go watch it if you haven't got a chance. Watch it all the way through the series 1 through 6. For crying out loud, stop at probably 5 or 6 and don't go any further.
I would say, at the very least, watch the first 3.
Yes, the first 3 for sure. If you've not seen them, watch the first 3 for sure. 4, 5, and 6. The quality started to go down when Steve Guttenberg left. So take that with a grain of salt. They tried to replace him in 5 and 6 with Lassard's nephew.
That guy was horrible.
Yeah, that guy was not great. But the rest of the cast that has always been there is great. They're good. They're good. Good group of people.
Yeah.
and they still have their same comedy. They still have their same stuff that they do. So yeah, at least watch it for that part of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
So
So yeah, if you're out there watching us on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody in the chat room that came in and hung out with us. If you are watching us on YouTube, of course, remember to subscribe. Please subscribe and hit that like button. And if you've got comments, please leave comment. I like every once in a while we do get some comments, and I like to respond to those. But come hang out with us in the Discord too. If you want to come check out our Discord channel, just go to bio.link/Rebel Rock Radio. That has a link to the Discord. And come in, and if once a week isn't enough for you, come in and enjoy our nonsense throughout the day. But yeah, thanks for coming out.
and you
watching.
have, and this right here is my Instagram and my Twitter. So if you have questions, comments, you have questions for me, make sure you hit me up.
There we go.
I'm more than happy to answer questions about.
Yeah, that one there is also my Twitter and
right
Instagram.
Yep. Same thing. Hit me up if you have questions about Star Wars collecting, Star Wars, or any other comments or questions. I'm more than happy to chat one-on-one. So don't be afraid. But like, subscribe, and help us get to 200 so we can get to 500 so we can get to 1,000.
That's right.
Please.
And JD is going to make me broke because of his recommendation.
My sideshow obsession. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week where we talk about Terminator. Bye.